Live from our studios at One Television Plaza, this is your Mid-Ohio Valley Morning Brief.
Good morning, Mid-Ohio Valley, and thanks for joining us today for your morning brief. I'm Emma Grace Myers.
And I'm Henry Grof, and congratulations everybody, you made it to Friday.
And not only did you make it to Friday, you made it to the good weather of today and tomorrow.
Yes, and this is going to be the best way to end off the month of February, since we started off with all of that cold, snowy weather that a lot of people would like to forget, Emma Grace included, with that sigh.
Yeah, I could, yeah.
But now we have a sigh of relief.
We do, but not for long.
Yeah, not for long, but at least for today and into Saturday, it is going to be great weather to get outside and enjoy. Saturday hitting those low 60s, but into Sunday we do get colder with those 40s. So we're going to get to enjoy that weather, get outside, enjoy the sun, because by Monday morning we're going to be tracking some snow moving through, especially more wet weather throughout much of next week. So looking at the next 24 hours, we'll go from those 30s, hit those mid to upper 50s this afternoon, and not too cold into tonight, only dropping down to the upper 30s to low 40s. But again, Monday morning is going to be messy for us with that risk of accumulating snow leading to a messy morning commute. But again, that's only going to be just the bump in the road for us, but we'll talk more about rain chances for next week in my full forecast coming up. For now, we can at least talk about some great news for our Friday.
Yeah, we're going to start off with a very heartwarming story here in the Mid-Ohio Valley, because a local restaurant is collecting donations for teachers in Logan County after a fire broke out at their school. Students and staff at Logan Elementary School were forced to find new accommodations this week after a fire broke out Saturday morning. Wednesday night, Jimmy Carano, owner of Jimmy's Avocados, made the announcement that the restaurant will be collecting donations for students and staff. He says he wants to help the teachers because of everything they do for their students.
Just felt it in my gut that I wanted to do something to help. So I know the teachers, especially everywhere but this state, you know, donate a lot of personal time and finances to making sure their classrooms are set up for our kids, and whatever we can do to kind of help alleviate that stress, especially losing everything.
Jimmy Avocados will be collecting classroom essentials until Saturday, March 7th. For a list of the items being collected, you can visit our website at WTAP.com. And
this is a great story because that fire took place in Logan, so outside of the Mid-Ohio Valley, outside of Parkersburg, but this just shows how far the Mid-Ohio Valley can expand when it comes to helping others.
Yeah, and I know Jimmy Avocados does so much good in the community. When a lot of federal workers were facing weeks without pay, they did lunch and they helped with meals, and so he definitely has such a good passion for not only feeding what I believe and have heard is amazing food, I still need to go try it, but also doing good in our community.
And remember, taking donations right now, you can get that way to help out over on our website, WTAP.com. But again, we always mention every dollar counts. Any small donation goes a long way.
It definitely does. And, you know, speaking of schools,
now we're going to head over to Franklin Elementary, where the center students in Parkersburg grew and glowed on Thursday. Students were surprised with the more you glow, or the more you grow, the more you glow party. So hard to look at that when they're just one letter different. Well, all students who achieved higher scores on the mid-year iReady assessment compared to the beginning of the year got to celebrate with a glow-in-the-dark dance party.
This morning we celebrated with an awards assembly, giving students certificates for the growth that they showed on the mid-year diagnostic on the iReady assessment. And then this afternoon we celebrated by students earned glow sticks to go to a glow dance and celebrate their achievement.
The more glow sticks a student was wearing, the more they improved on their assessment. And I have to say, I wish when I was in elementary or middle school, they did something like that, because every year we did those state assessments.
Yeah.
They're just always a pain. Just that whole week was just a slog doing
I don't know.
those.
I didn't hate it, but I think it's because I hated the days that it was math and science.
Yes.
Shocker to nobody. But the days where it wasn't, I'd finish early and then I'd just get to read my book. And I loved that.
I guess that was the same thing too, but again, assessments, state assessments, they are just so boring. I don't know what Ohio calls their state assessments now. I remember when I was in school, they were called the OATs, and we just called them the OATs.
I don't even know what North Carolina's were.
It's still called.
I have no
It's
idea.
probably
I
been
don't
so
remember. Thank you, Henry. Usually I'm the one calling you old.
And now it's my turn calling you old.
Because
revenge.
I'm so old at my ripe age of 22.
Well, let's move on to our next story.
Yeah, because the Parkersburg YMCA held their annual Heart of the Community Dinner on Thursday. This was the 12th annual Heart of the Community Dinner, where the Parkersburg YMCA has honored a member of the community for community engagement. CEO for the Parkersburg YMCA, Benton Walker, says donors help make their mission possible. This annual dinner is their big yearly fundraiser to generate funds to continue their youth programs, scholarships, facility access, and more. Walker says some donors have been donating for several years.
So it represents the mission and core values, which is social responsibility, youth development, and healthy living. And it supports all of three of those by, allowing us to do those things of, offer scholarships for childcare or programs. We have our gym as an amenity to offer, the healthy living and the social responsibility we like to be in the community.
The recipient of this year's Heart of the Community Award is Charlie Bird. Walker says Bird's impact on community organizations like the YMCA has been key to their success. You can tune in later this evening for our This Is Home feature to learn more about Bird and the Heart of the Community Dinner.
And that is going to be during our 6 o'clock newscast.
Yes, I like seeing that This Is Homes because obviously we don't run them.
Yeah,
So
you don't see them here on Daybreak in the morning. You'll always get to see them during our evening newscasts. And yeah, like you said, they're always interesting to see what the community is up to.
Yeah, especially when you get some history in there too. Big fan.
And it's always great lighthearted stories as well.
Yes. Well, let's take a look at some kind of national news because a new study reveals a possible reason so-called super agers stay mentally sharp after turning 80. It shows such people produce twice as many young neurons as normal cognitively healthy adults. Those neurons are well equipped to grow and wire themselves into a person's brain. The study also shows a difference in the part of the brain responsible for memory. In super agers, it better supports those young neurons. That study is out of the journal Nature. One of its co-authors helps lead Northwestern University's super aging program. Do you know what a super ager is?
No.
I had to do some research because I also did not know. But basically, it's when you're over the age of 80 and you take an IQ test and it's like a memory IQ test, you're still remembering to the same level as someone who is 60. So it's saying your brain is like 20 years younger than your actual age.
Oh.
And your like memory and cognitive function isn't like deteriorating because your neurons die as you get older.
Okay.
So it's saying you're producing neurons, so your brain is like continuing to rebuild
so you're
itself.
still young inside then.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can find out if you're a super ager by taking a test online.
Okay.
So fun facts,
And there's
science
probably
facts.
a million tests to find out what your IQ is online.
Yeah, I don't need to know my IQ. That's not my business.
I don't need to know either.
But we are going to have some more fun stories coming up, including some more science with new photos of the Milky Way and a little mini polar plunge.
Yeah, because the cold weather is still around. But don't worry, here in the Middle Ohio Valley, it's only going to be lasting for a little bit. We'll talk more when you'll see that. And also, try to enjoy that warmer weather. More on that coming up.
Well, here's your first alert weather update with meteorologist Henry Grof.
So this morning we had a little bit of some patchy fog developing across the Middle Ohio Valley, even dealing with a lot of cloud cover as that fog developed. But don't worry, whatever we're seeing this morning is going to diminish, and we'll get to see some of that sunshine coming back. So take a look at that visibility from around 8 o'clock this morning. Still mostly on the patchy side, and we're not anticipating to see that continue to grow as we get closer and closer to the afternoon as high pressure continues to build in. Right now, that's really what's been responsible for that colder weather yesterday, but as that now moves off towards the east, we're going to get a bit of a light wind in from the south, and that's what's going to help to get us in to those 50s, and then by Saturday, we're into those 60s, but colder weather coming back again going into Sunday and especially Monday. And Monday is going to be a day we're keeping a close eye on because of that threat for accumulating snow, just enough to create a messy morning commute for us. But it's really just going to be Monday morning that we'll have to contend with that messy weather, because afterwards temperatures do climb up above freezing, and we just look at mainly shower activity, especially throughout much of next week. So looking at Futurecast, we are just staying quiet. Now, a cold front does come through Saturday night. That's what's responsible for those colder temperatures on Sunday. And we could even see a little bit of some precip Saturday night. But most of the rain that we're tracking, that's going to be next week. So Monday morning, we see some of those snow showers coming through, bringing in that messy morning commute, but southerly winds are going to be ushering in above freezing temperatures. So that's why going into the afternoon Monday, we're mostly just looking at that wet weather that's going to be sticking around throughout much of next week as we look at a unsettled weather pattern starting to set up. So enjoy the weather today. Just make sure you have that coat on this morning, but we'll quickly warm up into those mid 50s to upper 50s this afternoon with just a light wind around from the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Into tonight, not too cold, dropping down to the upper 30s, and for tomorrow, lots of sunshine hitting those low 60s. So that warming trend is coming back after Monday. We'll also see warmer weather for those overnight lows. So as we go through the first week of March, yes, we start off cold, but we'll be able to hit those mid 60s by the time we get to Thursday of next week. Now, time to take a look at what's trending. Well, how about we get off of Earth and up into space?
I like it. I love a little space news, as anyone who watches What's Trending knows, and astronomers have captured a striking new look at the center of our Milky Way galaxy. This image was released on Wednesday by the European Southern Observatory, and it shows a complex network of cosmic gas in unprecedented detail. The data set is the largest of its kind, obtained by switching together many observations like puzzle pieces. It's the first time cold gas across the entire region has been brought into such sharp focus, revealing raw materials from which stars form. Scientists say the data will help them track the lives of stars in the most extreme region of our galaxy.
Those are beautiful pictures.
I love a space picture.
And to be honest, it would look great as a desktop background.
It would. It's giving a it's giving a Microsoft Windows background.
It really does, with how high quality it is as well.
I agree.
Well, let's move on to our next story. So we'll have to talk about cold now. So if you hate the cold, I guess just look away. But dozens of preschool students in Chicago took part in a mini polar plunge. Wednesday, this Catholic school transformed one of its classrooms into a frosty water oasis. One by one, the young children took a dip with only their feet into the kiddie pool filled with ice. The event held to raise money for members of their largest polar plunge teams. All proceeds will go to Polar Plunge Chicago, which benefits Special Olympics Illinois. The big annual Polar Plunge event is set for Sunday morning at Chicago's North Avenue Beach.
Would you ever do a polar plunge? Have you ever?
No.
Would you ever? Okay, interesting.
I mean, I have always talked about liking the cold weather, but I don't want to be cold and soggy at the same time.
Okay. I didn't do an official polar plunge, but when I was in high school and I did my little cross-country travel trip when we were at Glacier National Park, we did a polar plunge in one of the lakes.
And how was that?
Honestly, we had already been hiking for like, I don't even know how many miles, so it was kind of a nice break. Could I feel my toes after? No, but I had to do it to say that I did it, of course. I had to commit. Commit to the bit.
Well, don't worry. We're talking about a lot of cold weather, but like I said before, it's going to get warmer eventually.
Eventually. But
so look forward to that.
We have something else that we can celebrate today.
Yes. So a lot of people may know about this and a lot of people might not know, but today is a special day for gamers like us. And
Don't call me a gamer.
Pokemon fans.
There you go.
Like all of us here on Daybreak, today
Yes.
is their 30th anniversary, and today is Pokemon Day, so we decided to have a little fun here with the team and took pictures with our favorite Pokemon.
Yes, so as you can see, my favorite Pokemon is Eevee, which is like it's like a dog and a cat, kind of. I'll say.
And then you can evolve it to whatever like type you want, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon.
I just like the basic Eevee.
You just like the basic
she's
Eevee?
A cutie. I have a stuffed Build-A-Bear Eevee at home that when you press its paw, it goes like, Eevee!
And then my favorite Pokemon is Empoleon, one of my favorite starter Pokemons from the 4th gen games, because that was the first game I ever got to play was Pokemon Pearl.
Yeah, and then we have our director, Austin, who
loves Gengar. You can see that giant purple ghost right there.
But, you know, we made these in the Pokemon Go app, right?
Yes.
With Austin. So if you want to...
Hey, send us your favorite picture as well. Let us know what your favorite Pokemon is. We'd love to know.
I would like to know everyone's favorite Pokemons. But...
some fun facts to get to this morning.
Speaking of fun things, let's do some fun facts about our Daybreak Trivia question, which was... who received the first ever kid-sized Oscar? And the answer is Shirley Temple. So this was at the 7th Academy Awards ceremony, which was back in 1935. 6-year-old ascendant Hollywood star Shirley Temple received the first ever kid-sized juvenile Oscar. The trophy measured roughly half the height of a full-sized Oscar. So obviously Shirley Temple, major child star, but some 20 years after retiring from Hollywood, Temple launched a political career, running as the Republican candidate for a congressional seat in San Mateo, California in 1967, and coming in second out of 14 candidates. The following year, President Richard Nixon appointed her as an ambassador to the United Nations. She worked for the State Department in the United States and overseas for more than 2 decades. So
that's a lot of fun facts there. I did not know anything about that.
Yeah, I did not know that she went from child star to an ambassador, a diplomat, basically. Pretty cool.
What a strange pipeline there.
I respect it. I think that would be a fun pipeline, personally.
Well, we had a lot of fun this morning.
We did.
With our Friday morning brief. I think that was great.
I think we had a lot of fun. Of course, send us your favorite Pokemons. We are excited to hear it, but that's all we have for right now. He's Henry Grof. I'm Emma Grace Myers. Have a great weekend, everybody.